Hello all, welcome back to the Edgeman tutorials. In this video we shall continue discussion about the brute force technique. So we shall see the last examples in the brute force technique, that is exhaustive search. So this approach is generally for combinatorial problems, where it generally suggests to generate each and every element in the given problem description, that is it expands all the possible combinations in the problem domain and verifies all the constraints of the given problem and then finds the best solution. So the examples for this exhaustive search and the brute force technique are traveling salesman problem. So this is the basic example, traveling salesman problem, where let us consider a weighted graph, which is a connected graph, that is also complete. So complete graph indicates that there is an edge from every node to every other node. For example, if you take a complete graph with 4 nodes, and that is how it looks like, a 4 nodes complete graph where every node is having an edge to every other node. Now we know about a Hamiltonian circuit where the Hamiltonian path is nothing but we start from one node, we visit all the vertices exactly once and come back to the original node. So there are different possibilities in a complete graph for Hamiltonian circuit, because basically in other graphs we might not have the Hamiltonian circuit available, but in complete graph there are many different possibilities. Like for example, if you take the starting node A in this case, so there are many possibilities like ABCDA, ACDBA, ACBDA and so on, right? There are different combinations. That is what we discuss about a Hamiltonian circuit. Now for example, consider this graph is a weighted graph also, so each edge are having a weights. So example, we have taken some weights for each edge in this one. Now there are many Hamiltonian circuits in this, and the traveling salesman problem is the one which gives the path with the least weight, that is least total cost of the weights, is what the traveling salesman problem is giving the output as. So why this is named as traveling salesman problem is assuming that there is a salesperson who needs to visit 4 different cities, like for example in this one, or else n cities. So currently he is in one city, he should visit all the cities exactly once and come back to the original city where he is residing. So now what is the shortest distance he should cover to cover all the cities? That is the tour. The tour with the shortest distance is the answer. So they named this problem as the traveling salesman problem. So here the total cost, that is the travel distance by the salesperson, should be the least. So that's why this problem is simply a Hamiltonian circuit with the least cost. We can take it as simply a Hamiltonian circuit with the least cost. Now that is the problem. Now if there are more number of cities, like here we have only 4 cities, if there are 5 cities, we can take a complete graph with the 5 cities, because we assume that every city is connected to every other city, that is there is a path from every city to every other city. Like for example here, let us take ABCD as the names of 4 cities. So since they are with ABCD, let me take them as Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Chennai and Delhi, right? Because their starting letters are ABCD. So for example, we start from Ahmedabad. I want to visit 4 cities, Bangalore, Chennai and Delhi, and come back to Ahmedabad, right? So let us assume that the names of these cities are there, and there are different paths. And here in brute force technique, there are far more better techniques which we discuss in the later in the chapters, which are like branch and bound, etc. in the further chapters in the DA. But here in brute force technique, so this is a straightforward approach, and exhaustive search indicates we try to expand all the possible, we try to generate all the possible combinations for the output sequence. We check the constraints if it is satisfied or not, and then we finally try to find the result, that is optimal result here. So assuming that for example you want a sequence, like we start from city A, so the first sequence for example possibly will be A, B, C, D and coming back to A. So that is a tour. So we go from A to B, B to C, C to D and D to A. So the total cost for this one is, you can just add the weights with respect to nodes, that is A to B edge is 5, so we add so on. So there we can see A to B is the distance is given as 5 and B to C is given as 2 and C to D is given as 7 and finally d to a is given as 4. So the sum of all this is equal to something like, you can compute the value there, that is nothing but 18 here in this example. So the total distance, that is the total weights of this path, is 18. So we take another combination, the second combination, like AB DCA. So now in this again AB DCA, we write the respective weights. So again A to B is 5, B to D is 6, and D to C is 7, and finally C to A is 3. So again the sum of all this is equal to 21 here. So next we can generate any other combination, like we start from A, then we visit next C first. So it can be like ACBDA, and now if you compute the distance, total distance for this path, it will be like 15 here, the total count is 15, so which is same as the previous iteration there. So the next one is, we can take the other combination as ACDBA, and here the total cost again is equal to 21 again. So the remaining two combinations also is generated, and we can find that. So I am writing the last two combinations here with A and then next D. So it is ADBCA and ADCBA. So those are the two combinations, so which I write on the other side. So these are the possible combinations on the left hand side, you can see that. So among all this, you can see the least count, that least total count of the tour is given in the two cases, that is equal to 15 in that case, ACBDA, and also at the other case, that is ADBCA, which is also equal to 15 there. So this is the solution for the traveling salesman problem. Here, since there are only 4 cities or else 4 nodes here, we got the total combinations equal to 6, that is equal to n minus 1 factorial. That is, if there are n cities, we get n minus 1 factorial here, that is 6, because the first city is common. So we write the different combinations for the remaining 3, because we start from A and we end at A. So the middle possible combinations like BCD, for BCD we have 6 combinations there, BCD, BDC, CBD, CDB, DBC and DCB. So these are the combinations for the middle 3 cities. So that's why we got 6 combinations. Now we can assume that if there are more cities, like if there are 4 cities, 5 cities now, it will be n minus 1 factorial, that is 24. If there are 6 cities, you can get 120 combinations, and this exhaustive search will be searching all that 120 combinations, and then it will return the answer. So this is actually a very time taking process when there are more number of cities. So there is one more efficient method than this one for traveling salesman problem, which is called as, which is actually in heuristic search, which is not covered in this design and analysis of algorithms. There we write an algorithm function called as nearest neighbor, which solves the problem in almost n square of times. So where n factorial is very huge number when there are more number of cities, like if you take n equal to 10, that is 10 possible cities, then nearly we get 36 lakhs combinations, which are very highly time taking to generate all the possible combinations. So this is a traveling salesman problem. So the next one is the knapsack problem. Here what is a knapsack problem is, assume that we are having a knapsack which is like a small bag, and it has a maximum weight, so it can hold up to the items maximum up to that weight, and we are having some possible items which are having a weight and also a value. Now the motto of this problem is, we need to select those items in that knapsack, we need to put some items in the knapsack so that we get the maximum profit, but without exceeding the total weight that is a knapsack can hold. So for example, let us take an example here. So here I take a knapsack with a weight 10, so assume that, or else it is a kgs or something, so I am assuming that kgs. So knapsack, this knapsack can hold a maximum of 10 kgs of weight, so more than that it cannot able to hold, so it cannot able to accommodate more than the weight of 10 kgs. So assume that we are having some n items, so here let me take 4 items or else 3 items. So here we are assuming that we are taking the 4 elements or else 4 items here. So each of them which I have written in blue, green, black and red. So the blue one, the blue item, the weight is 5 and its value is 10. Now the black item, weight is 4 and value is 12. In the green one, the weight is 7 and the value is 15. And finally the red one, the weight is 3 and the value is 14. So now our motto is that we need to add these items in that knapsack or as the bag such that the total weight shouldn't exceed the 10 and we should get the maximum profit. So here simply like subset problem, we try to generate the subsets of this one. Like if you remember, if there are n items in the set, then we get 2 power n different combinations for the subset. So when we write that subset here, we also calculate the weight and value and check whether it is feasible or not. So in the table we will be writing the set values, the weight, total weight and the value there. So the first one will be 5, that indicates the empty set. So the weight is 0 and also the value will be 0 here. Next we choose the set with a single item. So that is assume that we select 1. So the weight is 5 and the value is 10 for that. If we select only the second item, in the second set we get the item 2, the weight is 4 and the value is 12 here. Similarly, if we take 3 and 4, it looks like the item 3 and 4 with weights 7 and 3 respectively and the values 15 and 14. Now we go with the next combination with 2 elements in each set, that is the combinations like 1 2, 1 3, 1 4 and so on. So if we generate that items for 1 2, 1 3 and 1 4, so 1 and 2 indicates the combination of the blue one and the black one, the blue item and the black item, so it will be 9, the weight will be 9. So when you add this blue item and the black item, the total weight is 9 and the value is equal to 22. Similarly, when you add 1 and 3, so the weight of the first one is blue one is 5 and the weight of the third one is 7, so which is equal to 12 there. But you can see that that is not feasible because the maximum weight of the knapsack is 10. Now here 12 is exceeding 10, so simply we need not calculate the value for this one because it is not satisfying the constraint, so we can write it as infeasible there. So similarly, next one is 1 and 4. So if you add 1 and 4, so the weight will be 8 and the value is equal to 24. So this is up to 2 items with 1 and there are still more combinations so that we can generate here. That is, now we can write with 2 3 and 2 4, similarly 3 and 4. Then we go with the subset with items 3, that is 1 2 3, 1 2 4, 2 3 4 and so on. Then we get another combinations and finally with 4 combinations. So the final answer will be if you keep on writing all the subsets, here we get total 16 combinations because there are 4 items here. So this total subset values will be 2 power 4, that is equal to 16. So in that there will be many infeasible cases because which doesn't satisfy the total weight which is equal to or less than 10. So the final solution will be for this one is 3 and 4 because the total weight is 7 plus 3, that is 10 and value is equal to 29. So if you keep on generating all the subsets, we get the solution because there is no combination with the 3 because any 3 items couldn't fit into the knapsack. So only 2 items can fit maximum in this one and the total value is 29. So if the different items with different weights and values are given, we need to generate all the possible subsets and then we can compute the value. So this is what we do in the brute force, simply generating all the possible combinations and checking for the feasible condition and checking the weights. So the last problem in the exhaustive search is, so coming to the assignment problem here, the assignment problem is nothing but there are, for example, n jobs and n persons and each person is capable of doing all the jobs but at different times. So when the input is given as a matrix, like for example let us take an example with 4 persons and 4 jobs as shown in the diagram here. So in the diagram you can see that the matrix contains the persons in the persons A, B, C, D and the jobs are 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 jobs and 4 persons there and each person is capable of doing all the jobs. Like for example, person 1 can do job 1 in 3 hours and job 2 in 4 hours and job 3 in 7 hours and job 4 in 6 hours like respectively. So that is the time that is taken for a job person A for doing all the 4 jobs. Similarly, if the person B can do the job 1 in 4 hours, and job 2 6 hours, again job 3 in 4 hours, and finally the job 4 in 5 hours. That are the respective timings for the person B to complete all the jobs. So now each person is capable of doing all the jobs, as you can see for C and D also. Now the goal is to assign a job for each person, so that the total time for completing all the jobs by the 4 persons is minimized, right? Because every person is capable of doing every job, but at different times. Now our job is to assign a person the job, and the condition here is, the constraint is, each job should be assigned to only one person, and a person can do only at most one job, right? So a job is assigned to only one person, and a person can assign only one job, take one job, right? So that is assignment problem. Now in brute force technique, because this is a straightforward approach and we try to generate all the possible combinations in the problem domain, so here what we do is we simply write all the possible combinations here, so which are actually feasible. So feasibility indicates, so let us take the first combination like, so for the persons ABCD, the jobs 1, 2, 3, 4 are assigned, so that indicates they are assigned diagonally. That is job 1 to person A, job 2 to person B, job 3 to person C, and job 4 to person D. Now the total value here, you can see that 3 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2, which is equal to 14 there. So you can write the next combination as something like 1, 3, 2, 4. So this is the next kind of assignment. So here the total cost will be 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2, because we assign the jobs like job 1 for A, job 3 for B, job 2 for C, and job 4 for D. So this is the way we assigned in the second combination. So that is, B is taking the job 3, right, and C is taking the job 2. So here the total assigning value will be equal to 12 here. Similarly, you can generate any number of combinations, but for example the infeasible condition will be like, so I'll write one example to show the infeasibility there. So that is the case 1, 2, 3, 1. We cannot assign the job 1 to 2 persons A and D, right, and job 4 is missing there, so that is not a valid combination. So that is the case, we call it as infeasibility. So other than this one, without replicating the jobs or the persons, the assigning of job to a person in any number of ways is possible. So here, since we have 4 values, we get more number of combinations when we generate, and finally we get the solution. So here, since this is exhaustive search, here we generate all the possible combinations and then we generate the answer. And there is another much more efficient method than this one, which is called as Hungarian method. So in general, assignment problem can be solved using Hungarian method with less number of steps, which is of course feasible and gets the optimal solution for different special cases also. So these are the 3 algorithms or as 3 problems we discuss in exhaustive search in the brute force technique: traveling salesman problem, knapsack, and the assignment problem. Here only the thing we need to remember is that it generates all the possible combinations for each and every problem in the problem space or the domain that is available, and checks for the feasibility, and finally returns the solution. So in the next video we can go with the next technique or the next chapter from the textbook, that is divide and conquer approach. So we discuss this topic and the problems that come under this technique in the next video. Thank you all.